Hello guys, welcome back to the Dark Brotherhood and to Elder Scrolls. Hey, we're just doing our job. Sorry lady. So, let's find that sanctuary. Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. Let's see if we can make this a bit quicker. We are not being hunted by the guards, so it should be alright to ride through the city here. Other killers are already there, lurking in the shadows. And that bittersweet music here, very fitting. Alright, I think we're on the way now. Yeah, somewhat. There's no pass that leads to the sanctuary, for obvious reasons. It's all, the colors here are all like gray and brown. It's like a bit muted, right? Yeah. The killers don't want to be found that easy. There's a symbol of a hand. Give me 5. Let's continue on foot here. There's mist on the floor here. Look at this. I like the design of the door here. The black door. And there's an old lady. Can't see her eyes. Here are the children begging. And she has a dagger in her hands. And above it all is a giant skull. And it's only a whisper. Sublime, my brother. Welcome home. It's like the door itself talked to us. If you get to see the interior of a sanctuary of the Dark Brotherhood, even fewer survive to tell the tale. Candles everywhere. Some still burning. Look at this guy, Dark Guardian. Skeleton. But he seems alive, right? Look, he's moving. Bats. Library of some sorts, and everywhere a sign of the hand. This is almost that tinted glass. It's almost like a church, right? A lot of the Dark Brotherhood has, well, not a lot, but sometimes you can feel there's a religious aspect, a spiritual aspect to all this, as weird as it sounds. And even when it comes to thesis, it's about the void and bringing things back to the void. I think there are some civilizations, like in mythology, some myths, like some the genesis of some worlds and civilizations does contain some form of void and right, and going back into the void and things like that. You can find that in some religions. The music is like a little off. It's quite. It is supposed to be a little disturbing, right? There's a heart, and the dagger goes right through it. Another one of those dark guardians here. A book, Kiss, Sweet Mother. And that's also interesting right here. A kiss. They're talking about it like lovingly. And there you can see the children on the door. It repeats itself here in the book, right? And that's a mother. And the sacrament, that's a religious word, right? Baptized, mother, father, sisters. Well, we will get to know all those places here. Look at her. She has like some skulls, well, resting on her legs basically, and her hands are in front of her face. Is she crying? Is she praying? Hard to tell, right? But like everything is covered. Her whole shape is you can somewhat see the legs, but it's like almost like a shapeless shadow. And the whole cavern here supports that feeling. It's all dark and black almost. Except for the red candles and the red flags here, or carpets. They kind of are the only color that you can see beside those dark colors. And that tinted window is also very red. This is almost like a vampire haven, right? Look at this. Again, red carpet. This is quite impressive. This must have taken quite a bit of time. Those arches, those arcs, to carve all that out from the cave here. Candelabra. Stara Corellius. This is like an imperial name, I guess.
You must be the new initiate. The speaker sent word that you were on your way. I'm the matron of this sanctuary. Obey me without question, and I'm certain we'll get along just fine.
So that's harsh. But then again, the kiss, it's such a loving description for a murder, basically, right? So they kind of mix those things up. That's really odd. And you can see she has seen some fights here. She has a scar right above her eyes, and there's another one. And she's not looking very happy. Of course, matron.
And this is for you, shrouded armor, the uniform of the Dark Brotherhood. You're one of the family now. You might as well look the part. And since you showed such expertise with the Blade of Woe, take this as well. I expect great things, Initiate. We are all brothers and sisters, children of the Night Mother and our dread father. Even lone assassins need a family. Introduce yourself to the others. They can provide advice and information, even support for your more challenging contracts.
This makes it so odd, right? It's not like, yeah, business. Here's the contract, and here you go. No, they're talking about family, mother, father, kiss, love. It's almost uncanny, so innocent. It's so innocent that it's almost uncanny. Will I get another contract soon?
Eager, are you? That's good. Then go and talk to Elam Drawls. He handles lesser contracts for the new initiates. Prove yourself to him, and more interesting assignments will follow. Welcome to the family.
I'll go and talk to Elam Drawls.
Explore the sanctuary. Meet the others. At least the ones currently at home. I believe Green Venom Tongue, Kor, Hildegard, Mirabelle, Simbar, and Tannic are available. When you're done, Elam should have a new task for you to accomplish.
Alright. Tell me more about yourself, matron. This topic probably won't go well.
The past isn't something we talk about here. For most of us, our lives didn't really begin until we were called to serve the Night Mother. And I was called at a very early age.
Have you always been the matron of this sanctuary?
No one joins the Brotherhood and immediately steps into a position of power. That's not how we do things. I had to prove myself, show that I was dedicated to the Night Mother and her tenets. I served for many years before I earned my title.
Did you advance through the ranks in this sanctuary?
The sanctuary has always been my home in the Brotherhood, if that's what you're asking. I've seen the Gold Coast change over the years, but that's enough questions about me. I wouldn't want to think you were taking my measure for some reason.
I heard something about a Dark Brotherhood member being murdered.
Where did you... They were discussing that at the Noble's estate, were they? Bastards. It's true. Someone has been killing our brothers and sisters. When the hunters become the hunted, it's like the world has gone askew.
Any idea who the murderer is?
We're investigating the matter. It's not unusual for our pasts to catch up with us, and it's not like we have a shortage of enemies. We'll learn the identity of this killer, and then there will be a reckoning.
Who would dare challenge the Dark Brotherhood?
True. Few have the audacity to openly oppose us, but there are many who would love to see the Brotherhood abolished. This feels different. Stay vigilant. Keep your eyes open and report anything you notice as you execute your duties.
How do I advance in the Brotherhood?
A little ambition is good for the soul, but only a little.
For the
Complete
soul.
the contracts assigned to you. It's as simple as that. Every life you send to Sithis pleases the Night Mother and raises your profile. Complete enough jobs, and you'll be rewarded.
What happens as I advance?
We'll trust you with more difficult contracts, assign you more high-profile targets. The awards are greater, and we'll ask you to help with matters of importance to the Brotherhood. But don't get ahead of yourself. Start with Elam's contracts first.
Okay, goodbye. So let me see that costume. Ew, that's our outfit. Not all black, apparently, but some, well, reddish spots in there. In there are just skulls and nightshade. Some beautiful fungus is growing here. And there's even a beetle in here with a name. Whoa. How fitting. More fungus, more flames. Lots of people to talk to. Let's start here. Mirabelle Motier. She's a Breton, probably.
So you're the new initiate. You're certainly cuter than the last one.
A beautiful Breton. I bet she uses that pretty face to get herself some advantages for her job, right? And her charms. The matron suggested I introduce myself.
And why wouldn't she, darling? I am her favorite after all.
Darling.
As a matter of fact, I'm everyone's favorite. I'm sure you'll agree soon enough. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. May the Night Mother forever hold you in her cold and loving embrace.
Good thing you told me that you're everyone's favorite. I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. And there's again that duality between cold, like as in death, and loving at the same time. It's an embrace. She's very close to us. Are you always this forward?
Forward? Believe me, this is my shy and unimposing side. After all, we wouldn't want to give my beloved Simbar the wrong idea, would we? Find me later, and I'll show you what forward really looks like.
Sounds like a promise. Later? Where would you like me to meet you? We're not even having any options here.
Oh, you really are too easy, my darling. I'm just having fun with you. I suppose I get that from my family heritage. The Motiers are rich, powerful, and blessed with good looks, and a wicked sense of humor. Just play along and enjoy.
Yeah, well, this is not Mass Effect, right? This is Bethesda. You come from a noble family?
Oh, there's nothing noble about my family. But I left that all behind. The wealth, the boredom, the servants waiting on me hand and foot. One day, I strangled my handmaid with a golden chain. And here I am. Life in the Brotherhood suits me.
The boredom. That's probably one of the worst reasons to join an Assassin's Guild, right? What should I know about the Dark Brotherhood?
You shouldn't know anything, darling. We're a secret organization, after all. I suppose I can tell you that we serve the Night Mother. Her cold embrace binds us together.
Again?
Never dishonor her. Our contracts aren't mere tasks. We carry out her will.
I'm still not sure how all this works.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. These words, as part of a complex ritual, form the Black Sacrament, the means by which those in need pray to the Night Mother.
So, the Night Mother punishes sinners. That's also a bit religious, right? And we consider that to be a contract?
Our mother hears the prayer and whispers to the listener. The listener sends a speaker to arrange the details and create the contract. Then the speaker selects an assassin to carry out our mother's will. It's more than just a job. It's a calling.
It sounds like the Brotherhood worships the Night Mother.
This just got much too serious for my taste, darling. Let's talk about something, I don't know, more decadent. Like how I'd be nibbling on your ear if Simbar wasn't here. He's watching, isn't he? Maybe a little nibble is in order,
Just enjoy and play along, right? So there have been other recruits lately?
A few. The speaker sends new initiates to the sanctuary every so often. New blood, you understand. Before you, there was a charming young lad from Glenumbra. Van something, I believe. A shame, really. He was too scrumptious to die so soon.
I heard that a few members had been murdered.
Mind your tongue, Initiate. We're the murderers, not the victims here. But I suppose the circumstances were somewhat unusual. Someone left Van pinned to the wall of the inn in Kvatch, held up with multiple daggers. When I find the villain...
That must be... Oh, look at mouse. It's all... That must be quite some work to keep all this flirting up all the time. It's almost like... Yeah, it's quite... it takes some effort. Sounds like someone's hunting the Brotherhood.
You don't hunt the hunters. The Brotherhood hunts you. Anything else is a crime against the natural order. But enough of this dark talk. We're just working ourselves into a tizzy. I'd much rather get excited about something more enticing.
I bet. Look at her. Not a care in the world. All pretty and beautiful. Look at this. The lie. Is that a suitor? He's like on his knees. And he's the nobleman, right? Fleeing, begging, maybe. Dearest mother, I remember your name. I have surrounded myself with lying liars and have become a liar myself. But in my lies I see the manifestation of your domain as clearly as the blood we spill in the shadows of a secret murder. So even though I wish to scream truth in their faces or whisper your name into the ear of the dying, I tell myself that the secret is my face, my joy, and not a blasphemy. Yet just once I wish for you to speak to me. Why not me? I have listened for you always. I cloaked myself in you long before they called me Dark Sister. I was the chimera, ever shifting and changing and lying 1,000 lies for you. To be seen by you, to hear you. They call themselves listener, but no one listens for your whisper with more hope and desire than I do. I have walked in accordance with your arts, shrouded in 8 shadows. I have lived lies and ended lives, not for the dread father, but for you. They call themselves speakers, but no one has spoken your words with as much conviction as I do. Do you see the shrine that I have built? A shrine of my body. Every face a lie, the envy both elicited and felt, the mastery of seduction, the embrace and instillment of fear, the betrayal of family and truth, the murder of others, the murder of self, the insatiable want, The fury I feel and release and feel again at you. You, you when all treasures are nothing but lies. Dearest mother, I remember your name, but I will speak the lie and love the lie if you wish. Perhaps that is your lesson. The treasure is the lie. Well, I'm sure it has a lot of meaning to her. And that's the aforementioned Simba, right next to a spider eating an apple.
Isn't Mirabelle amazing? She's beautiful, excellent at what she does, and she isn't afraid to say exactly what's on her mind. Next to murdering insects for the Night Mother, she's my favorite thing in the whole world.
Also, he has a scar across his face.
Ah, I heard we had a new initiate on the premises. I was just checking my notes and realized the details concerning you are sorely lacking. We'll need to rectify that before too long.
The matron suggested I introduce myself.
She did. Interesting. I wonder what she's planning this time. Well, I'm certain everything will become clear, eventually. Even you, I suppose.
Why do they call you Green Venom, Chong?
Aren't you familiar with the cherished Black Marsh custom? Consuming various venomous concoctions to bolster our natural immunity? I drank so much my tongue turned green. Ha! The new initiates fall for that every time.
Huh. In the Black Marsh, they have like a special connection to scissors. The Dark Brotherhood is strong there with certain Argonian folks. Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
And you as well, Initiate. I look forward to interviewing you at length when you have some time. For my journals, of course.
Of course.
I keep meticulous records. I'll help you, you'll help me. Isn't that what the Bretons call a win-win?
I'd like to know a bit more about you.
What more could you possibly need to know? I am a shadow scale. My life begins and ends with the Dark Brotherhood.
What's a shadow scale?
I could have sworn I explained this before. Let me check my notes. Well, like other Argonians born under the sign of the Shadow, I was taken upon hatching and trained to be an assassin. That makes me a good killer. A very good killer.
Do you like living here?
What an intriguing inquiry. Attempting to ascertain if I actually like it here, or something more subtle. Well, like or dislike is meaningless. I serve the matron as I served my former sanctuary, and as I served Black Marsh when called upon.
Yeah, so you see a lot of distrust and mistrust. He's like trying to read subtext and whatnot. That is the life of a killer, I guess, of an assassin. You always gotta watch your back and trust no one. And I guess paranoia comes with the job, right? And again, some marks, some scars in the face as well. Former sanctuary?
The river carries us where it will, and that's all I prefer to say about that at this time. I was there, now I am here. As are you, Initiate.
And apparently one of his eyes was also part of the price he had to pay for his job. lifestyle, whatever. Is there actually something about me in that book?
Perhaps, depending upon what you mean by something and me. Rest assured, whatever musings and observations I record herein are strictly confidential.
Any advice you want to share with a new recruit?
Now this one I know I've written down. Study the 5 tenets. Learn them, memorize them, live them. There's a copy in the sanctuary, someplace. I'd let you look at this one, but I don't let anybody read my journals. That would be inadvisable.
I see. Anything else?
Such a curious mind. Then listen carefully, Initiate. Contracts must be taken seriously. Always obey the matron's instructions to the letter, and don't get yourself killed. Though that probably goes without saying.
Thank you so much. Goodbye. Well, I guess we're not reading his journal then, huh? There are still some other people we can meet though. Let's follow the cursor, the quest marker. Good thing they have those now. I've been playing Morrowind lately a bit again. Also for this list here. And yeah, things were not that easy way back then. Tanik.
So you're the new recruit, huh? No, don't tell me your name. I'll just call you New Blade. It's easier to remember and it's not like I'm gonna know you for very long. Yes, New Blade. That's so much better.
Why don't you think I'll be around for long?
Oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I just believe in full disclosure. We've lost an initiate and a fully trained assassin recently. Mirabelle's in denial, but I know what's happening. Someone's hunting the Brotherhood, and you make a tempting target.
He's like a red guard, I guess. And he's apparently trying to, I don't know, provoke me a bit or be straightforward. Remain silent.
Trying to pull off the spooky thing? Not bad, but your technique needs a little work. I'm sure you just need some more practice. Anyway, stay sharp out there, New Blade. We're not the only scary things lurking in the shadows anymore.
He's not falling for that. I didn't know there was a technique to staying silent. So what's your story, Tanik?
Oh, it's a long and sordid tale, full of romance and daring do. Or if you prefer the short version, I was apprenticed to a smith in Sentinel. Loved the trade, hated my master. He liked to hammer more than just metal. When I had enough, I killed him.
And that's how you came to the Brotherhood?
Oh no, that was just the beginning of my story. I was young and stupid back then. I ran, but apparently not far or fast enough. Got to spend some quality time in a Hammerfell dungeon for my actions. 8 years, if I recall correctly.
That sounds terrible.
Well, it wasn't sunshine and camel milk, but I survived. Met some people, learned some lessons. When one of the guards got slumpy, I was ready to act. Simple as that. Of course, my old life was over, but at least I was free.
So how'd you wind up in the Brotherhood?
Hey, I had to make a living. I was branded as a killer, so killing was what I did. Worked for the crime boss Bashira for a while. Then I had a visit one night. The speaker scared the piss out of me, but I couldn't refuse his generous offer.
Anything else I should know about the Brotherhood?
The Dark Brotherhood has been good to me. They taught me to focus my anger, to let the Dread Father work through me. I have a home, an income, and a set of rules to live by. Life makes sense to me here in the sanctuary.
There are rules.
Oh, New Blade, there are always rules. The trick is to learn what they are before you get your hand caught in the sweet roll box. For us, it's all about the 5 tenets. I'm sure there's a book about them somewhere in the sanctuary.
Tell me more about the murders of our brothers and sisters.
Durisa and Van. One was an experienced assassin who knew her business. The other was a raw recruit with hardly any blood on his blade. Kinda like you, New Blade. It could have been coincidence, but I think they were targeted by the same killer.
What makes you think the murders are connected?
Just a feeling, I guess. And the way they were left for all the world to see. Someone was proud of their work and wanted everyone to know it. And it had to be a professional. Durisa was too good to be taken down by an amateur.
Have you shared your suspicions with the matron?
Matron Astara tells us what to think, not the other way around. But yes, we've talked about this. All we can do is stay alert and try to figure out who's behind the murders. Until then, we're just jumping at shadows. Very dangerous shadows.
Goodbye. So this is sort of a library, and that room seems to belong to someone. The Black Hand. Yeah, I was looking for the 5 tenets. I will read that later and put it separately in the list.
All right, little one. Just a new smell. Your new brother or sister must be here. Do you want to meet them? Come on now, Hilda. Don't be shy. Sorry, she can be skittish around strangers.
That's a not very big werewolf. Core.
New sister! Welcome! Welcome! You need anything at all, you come to me, yes?
Wow, that's a happy note. The matron suggested I meet the rest of the family.
Of course! It's important to get to know everyone. You're part of the family now. And family helps each other. It's what we do.
Why do you have a werewolf in that cage?
Oh, that's not a werewolf. Well, I guess it is. But it's also little Hildegard. She's really sweet. But you'll need to say hello later. She still doesn't have the hang of controlling her transformations.
Hildegard sounds... that's a Nordic name, I guess. Hildegard sounds like she has an interesting story.
Hildegard is like the little sister I never had, but her true family was awful. They drank the blood of werebeasts. It's a dangerous practice, but not entirely unheard of in Nordlands. They even forced their children to participate.
Is that how Hildegard became a werewolf?
We assume so. But as to why she can't control her transformations, that remains a mystery. She lost control one day, and hurt another member of the tribe. They cursed her and she ran away. I found her later. She was confused, alone, nearly mad.
You're lucky she didn't attack you.
I'm a skilled hunter. Taming animals is almost second nature to me. It took time, but she came to trust me. Accepted me as her big brother. Before that happened, though, she nearly tore my face off. See? I still have the scar.
The next one. Tell me more about yourself, Core, and your open nature, which is so unfitting for a killer.
I always liked to hunt and fight. I became a soldier, but that turned out to be more about waiting around than actual battle. So I sold my sword as a mercenary, made some enemies, and soon found out that other sellswords were being paid to kill me.
Looks like you survived.
Indeed I did. Kept a low profile in town. Spent most of my time in the wilderness. I almost decided to stop running, and then I found little Hilda. She became my reason to go on living.
How did two Nords end up in a Brotherhood sanctuary on the Gold Coast?
Well, you know, there are some things we just don't talk about in public. I hope you understand. I will tell you that we love it here. We're part of the best family in the whole world. And we're glad to have you with us. I'm sure Hilda agrees.
I'm sure as well. Goodbye. She's all in the corner there. Almost shy. The first shy werewolf I've met. There you can see the Guardian. It's actually walking around. The Silver Werewolf. A story by Hildegard. Would you look at that? Again, I'll read that later. Yeah, well, they have everything here. Kitchen and whatnot. Scissors. Yeah, this is already in the playlist. So those are our patron deities, Sissis and, well, the mother, the night mother. Maybe she has another name. Alright, so we should talk to Alan Drawls. If we can find him here somewhere. There you go. There are the 5 tenets. With annotations by Speaker Tyrinus. Brothers and sisters, we are predators, but we are not animals. We bow to no law of nation or alliance, but we have rules and morals. Break or neglect to follow these tenets at your own peril. Expulsion from the Brotherhood is the least of the punishments awaiting such reprehensible traitors. Obey these 5 tenets, and your devotion shall never come into question. Tenet 1. Never dishonor the Night Mother. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. Revere the Night Mother, for our unholy matron serves as the source of our contracts, the lifeblood of the Brotherhood. Tenet 2. Never betray the Dark Brotherhood or its secrets. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. We thrive in the shadows. To cast light on those shadows is a blasphemy before Sithis and the Night Mother. Tenet 3. Never disobey or refuse to carry out an order from a Dark Brotherhood superior. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. Well, that's inconvenient. To listen and to obey. The very first lesson taught to every member of the Brotherhood. Tenet 4. Never steal the possessions of a Dark Brother or Dark Sister. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. To steal from a brother or sister is to steal from the Night Mother. Sithis hates such thieves. And Tenet 5. Never kill a Dark Brother or Dark Sister. To do so is to invoke the wrath of Sithis. We are family, and family doesn't murder family. Unless a member has been cast out, his or her life is as sacred as your own. Know that it is not your kin who will come to judge you, should you fail to uphold this compact. Remember the story of the wrath, told to every new initiate. This is more than mere fable. The wrath of Sithis is real, and he sends his wrath to punish any brother or sister who breaks the tenets. Yeah, well, as you can see, it is Monday, and so they're doing their usual repairs, which means I have to go offline soon. Yeah, so maybe we should continue for the next time, huh? Alright then, thanks for watching. Bye bye.